Everyone, and welcome back to Night Combos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Yeah, hubby's here. He tapped me before I could say it. I was about to say it before he. Anyway, y'all, we have a few video clips to show y'all, and it kind of goes along with our previous video that we posted that we meant to post on Thanksgiving and completely forgot about it. We apologize for that. But y'all, our little YouTube family is continuing to grow a little bit day by day, and we truly, truly greatly appreciate that more than y'all know. We truly appreciate that. Like, it means so much to us. And we only need 11 more subscribers to reach 2,400 by the end of the year.
By the end of the month.
Yeah, you know what I meant. By the end of the month.
Gotta keep you straight somehow.
Thank you for calling me out. Thank you for keeping me straight, hubby.
You're very welcome.
Yo, hubby can be a little smart aleck sometimes. He's got a smile on his face the whole time, though. But y'all, anyway, we just need 11 more subscribers by tomorrow, and hopefully we get them. If we don't, that's okay. We still truly greatly appreciate all of the subscribers that have been with us from the beginning all the way to now. Y'all mean so much to us, and thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. Y'all mean a lot to us. Y'all mean the world to us. All of you do. And we greatly appreciate all of you so very much. Oh, and one more thing. We got one more
super thing.
Yes, thank you for taking my words. You're always either taking my thought or taking my words. Always.
Well,
and that's okay.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes.
Anyway, yes, we got another super thanks yesterday on Thanksgiving. We want to say thank you so very much to that person. We truly greatly appreciate that so much. That's huge to not only our channel, but us personally. And we do thank you so very much. We haven't even gotten a chance to reply to you or even pin your comment, but we will, we promise. But we thank you so very much for it. We're going to show y'all these videos, but before we do, just please keep in mind, like, whether you like certain creators or dislike certain creators, or whether you agree with them or disagree with them or whatever, just simply, because we have our own thoughts as well about certain people and things and, you know, all of that. But, you know, just simply listen to what they're saying and what they have to say, and then give us y'all's thoughts and opinions and comments and everything down below in the comment section, because we'll be down there as well conversating with all of you like always. But listen carefully to what they're all saying. Okay, so this is from Lauren Cherie on TikTok, which she has a lot of great TikTok. She has a lot of great content on TikTok. If y'all want to go watch her on TikTok, those of you who have TikTok or watch TikTok or whatever. But she has a lot of good Gypsy Rose content. But we seen this, then we seen something else that we're going to show y'all. Then we seen something else. So we're going to show y'all that. And we just want y'all's thoughts on it as we give y'all our thoughts as we watch it. Because we haven't watched all of these, the 3 clips we're going to show y'all all the way through. So some of it we're going to kind of be blind reacting to with y'all. And like I was saying, this kind of goes along with the Disney World trip in a way, but it also kind of brings up another topic as well. So like we were saying, just make sure you listen to all 3 clips and then let us know what you think. And we do truly apologize for getting these videos out a little slower at the moment, but with having normal everyday jobs and then, you know, doing this in the evenings, it takes up time and stuff, and then it takes time to put together a video and edit all the things, to put a video together. So we truly apologize for that. So please bear with us. We do have other content coming out that's dip related and non-dip related. And we hope y'all truly enjoy all the videos that have nothing to do with Gypsy as well as the Gypsy content. But anyway, just wanted to say that real quick. So y'all check this out.
Well, Gypsy Rose might be in trouble with parole once again. Yesterday, Natalie wrote, Gypsy Rose is bragging right now about having the time of her life at Disney World, Florida. Let's see if she posts the photos. People associated with Disney and Make-A-Wish Foundation have confirmed in the comments that she is. It was said yesterday by someone, and I think I know who this person was, that Gypsy Rose was in fact at the park having the time of her life.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right? And then she has up on the screen, allegedly, Gypsy Rose is banned from the park for life. She knows this. Commenters that work for Disney said she'd be criminally trespassed, which, sorry y'all, let me see if I can get, yeah, which could result in a parole revocation, so, or violation, or revoking her parole. That's exactly what needs to happen. But anyway,
let me give you a brief overview of the problem with Disney, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy Rose mistruthed her way into getting a weeks-long trip to Disney, all-inclusive, from Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you're probably thinking, well, she had no control of it. It was her mother. She was a child. Gypsy Rose was 23 years old.
Y'all remember this picture right here that we started out with at the beginning? And y'all are about to hear her talking? Remember, this girl was literally 23 years old, a 23-year-old adult, making this video, knowing that she was also talking to Nick and planning and orchestrating the unaliving of her mother. So y'all keep that in mind. 23-year-old woman acting like this to get a free trip from other children who were actually terminally ill.
Now I'm in Cinderella's castle eating some royal mashed potatoes.
When she sat in a wheelchair, pretending to be a child, a mentally disabled, terminally ill child. While at Disney, she danced with Prince Charming, ate royal mashed potatoes, and met the casts of all the shows. She was first in line for every attraction she wanted to go on, and she had assistants. All while she was planning the deletion of her mother. It comes down to Gypsy Rose Blanchard mistruthed her way into Make-A-Wish Foundation, not once, but twice. And I'm talking specifically about the time when she went to Disney World for several weeks as an adult. Children not getting their wishes, terminally ill children. If Gypsy Rose is there, a lot of people feel that would just be an SLAP in the face to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So let's see. Let's see if she posts pictures, because if she doesn't, most certainly people that see her there will. Thank you.
Well, if she does, I can tell you right now, that will be one more thing that we will be talking to the state level people about when we talk to them again. Because we're just waiting on them to come back into the office from being out for Thanksgiving and all of that. So if she does, then yeah, it's definitely going to get reported. I'm sure we won't be the only ones to report it, because that's really screwed up.
So much for watching. Let me know your comments below. If this upsets you, you can always go to Disney, comment on any of their posts. You have the right to voice your opinion. And I do want to put a caveat. This is for entertainment and educational purposes, and the information is alleged. Well, Gypsy.
I like how she said that at the end. But y'all keep in mind what she said. You have the right to go on any of their posts and, make your statements known or your opinions known. But now look at this video. Since she was talking about parole at the beginning, look at this video. Now we know there's a lot of people that do agree with Ivory Rose grows wild. There's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that like her. There's a lot of people that don't. There's all kinds of opinions about all creators, really. But just kind of push that to the side for a moment, whether you do or don't or whatever, and just simply listen to what she's saying, and we'll give our opinions as she goes. But just listen to what she's saying.
What's up, y'all? It's your woo-woo bestie, Ivory Rose. Look, rough day at work. And look, this is part 5. If you haven't watched the other videos that are in the playlist, catch up, okay?
We couldn't get those for y'all to play for y'all because she was saying that a lot of her videos have been being, reported and stuff by, I guess, what Gypsy calls Team Gypsy, like that post she made about people talking about her daughter in a quote inappropriate way when it wasn't us making it inappropriate. It was Dip that posted an inappropriate picture of her, an inappropriate AI picture of her daughter. Anyway, it's those people that are her little minions that are reporting these videos and getting them taken down. So we couldn't play that for you, but she kind of catches us up.
It's a lot. I had to take a couple of days between part 4 and part 5 because it's been a lot. We're going to discuss it. Let's get into it. So I just want to start off by saying everything in this video and on my page is all alleged for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only. I am in my car, but I am not driving. I am parked in a parking lot. Now that that's out the way, so there's some people feel like I should share what's going on in detail. Some people think I shouldn't for my own protection. At this point, look, I respect everybody's opinions, and I do take it into account. But at this point, we so far into this shit. And what's happening, people need to know about it. It's wild. And jaw-dropping. And heartbreaking. So I took opinions into account, but I've decided to go ahead and share all of this. Because people need to know about it. There's some cover-up injustice going on, and it's just some fucked up shit.
Nah, I agree with that. There's some cover-ups going on in the justice system and stuff like that. Just, yeah.
Should not be happening. So where we last left off was, in part 4, was where I went and talked to the assistant DA and had a meeting in person. Told them everything that was going on. And I also talked about some out-of-pocket comments. I brought some of it up in part 4. Let's pick up right there. So during that conversation, when I filed the police report before going to the parole supervisor, the cop made some out-of-pocket comments, and I was advised to file a report on them per the assistant DA. She was asking me about my page.
So wait, she's saying that the cop made an inappropriate remark or some out-of-pocket, statements, and this is before she went to the parole officer's director which, like we've told y'all, we've talked to the parole and the parole director and the state level people and everything, which we do have a video coming up about that to update y'all about that, like we said. But so they're the one. So the assistant DA, the ADA, is the one that told her to make a report about it before she went and talked to the PO director. Because she did go and talk to the PO director. She drove up there and talked to him because she couldn't get him on the phone from a previous video, from what she said in a previous video.
She called Gyp a victim. Mind you, she's on parole for second-degree murder, but she called her a victim. Said that because you're a content creator and you talk about her, this is what you get. And
What?
What? That's messed up for real.
Yes. Just because you're a content creator, this is what you get. Well, then they should be telling Gyp, the quote victim, the same dang thing.
Yeah.
Because her PO wants to count her social media, being a quote content creator, which we know she's not because she doesn't put any effort in anything she does. She just makes the videos and sends it off to her PR team and they post it. She doesn't have anything to do with anything they do. Whatever. It's BS. It's lies. We know everything that's spewed out of Gyp's mouth is lies. But regardless, they should tell Gyp, this is what you get. Since you wanted to put your whole life all over national television and social media and everything else, this is what you get.
Yeah.
You violate your parole all over social media for everybody to see and make a fool out of not only her parole officer and the parole board and everything, in my opinion. This is what you get, a violation. Here you go. That's how it should go, in my opinion, for educational and entertainment purposes only. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And then she also was asking about my page and said, well, what's your page about? Well, it's Gyp Tea on the Bayou. It's Bayou Gossip, Bayou Tea. I just share what I hear. It started off as like people locally wanted to share what they was hearing because it is different than what's being said and what's being put out on TV and social media. So I explained it to her as like it ended up being like a Voice of the Bayou page. Like, people tell me, I put it out, it's all alleged. I explained that to her. Her response to that was, I'm from the Bayou and that ain't my opinion. That's what she said. And when she said that, I knew exactly what the fuck was happening.
Now, that's really true. That's screwed up. Because, that means that the DA has the opinion of Gyp is a, quote, victim, and that what's being said on the Bayou that she's reported on since she started or whatever is all lies. When a lot of it has come out to be true. I'm not saying all of it because I haven't watched all of Ivory Rose Grows Wild's content. I haven't watched all of it. But some of it I've watched and it has come out to be true. So, just saying.
This is two parishes that we're dealing with. Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish. These are sister parishes. They help each other. For example, one parish doesn't want to pay for a program called Meals on Wheels, so the other parish picked up and is paying for it, and it's for the elderly. So these are sister parishes that work together. So I feel I can't trust anybody in either parish. So the meeting with the DA told her everything about the cop, parole, what was happening, everything. How I even wrote down there, I took accountability. Okay. Now, when I told her that she is on social media and told her the situation, her jaw dropped to the floor and made me repeat what I said when I told her that she gets paid and parole has allowed her to be a content creator on social media and she films. They allowed this to be her job. Her jaw hit the floor. She could not fucking believe that. So
now, okay, stopping it right there. I haven't watched this all the way through, but I know you haven't. But stopping it right there, like I said, like that's screwed up too. I don't believe that the DA or the ADA or the cops or whatever did not know that Gypsy was the girl has been filming since she was inside prison, okay?
Yeah, for real.
So it's hard for me to believe, and I know she was in prison in Missouri and she's paroled to Louisiana, but that's hard for me to believe that they did not know that she was filming and making content on social media. And if that's true, if they really didn't know, then that means that they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job as her POs, because as a parole officer, when you have a parolee and part of their parole is to get a job, which what Dip Jip has been doing, I don't count as a quote job. Anyway, when part of your parole is to get a job, then the parole officer is supposed to supervise that in a way. Not like be your supervisor at your job. That's not what I'm saying. But they're supposed to, check
Overlook,
in. Yeah.
Check in on it. Overlook it.
Yeah, and make sure that you're showing up to work on time, that you are actually working and you're doing the job you're supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my opinion on it. I don't believe that they really didn't know. But if they really didn't know, that's an even bigger problem. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody was aware that this shit was going on. These are sister parishes, might I add. She told me I was doing the right thing by, making a paper trail, whatnot, yada, yada, yada. Well, I left that office. 45 minutes later, I go to a relative's house and they tell me, all upset, what just happened. So 45 minutes after leaving the DA's office, the lieutenant of South Lafourche showed up to my relative's house wanting to talk to me. Now, I was not there when they showed up, and the officer introduced himself to my father as the lieutenant of Lafourche Parish and gave him his business card. That lieutenant told my father everything that's been going on. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a fucking minor. I'm 35 years old, and I feel like that line was fucking crossed. I'm 35 years old, and what goes on with a 35-year-old has no business being told to my father, who had no idea this was going on. That's really fucked up. And I feel...
Now, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. He should have just been like, okay, we need to talk to her. We need to speak with her. Here's my business card. Can you have her call me?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like a line was crossed. That should not have happened. I'm 35. You should have just gave the card to my father and said, have her call me.
Yes.
The lieutenant then tells my dad that Lifetime wanted to come and film this. Wanted to come and film the lieutenant coming to my relative's house, confronting the situation.
What?
If that's true, they must be running out of content or something.
Yes, like what? That's the exact thought I was about to say. I was literally about to say the same thing. If Lifetime is down to having to film some drama going on between this girl and Dip Jip and her little minions and everything, and they're down to having to film a lieutenant pull up at the house of her relative or whatever, that means that they know Dip Jip is swirling down the drain, y'all. Just swirling right on down the drain. And they're not going to have much content, and not many people are going to watch this documentary coming out. They're trying their best to save it right now. You know, it was part of Parole that she had to come off social media, but it was also her PR team as well, and Lifetime's PR team also, telling her you need to come off of public social media, because the last time her documentary came out, everybody pretty much knew everything because she was spilling it all over social media.
How fucking dirty is that?
That's real. I'm sorry. That's real dirty. That's real dirty. It's almost like this lieutenant was just wanting to get in touch with her so he could be filmed on Lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted the attention, or wanted, like, maybe a few $100s that he would have been paid for a few short minutes on an episode of the documentary. That's wild.
What it sounds like.
Yeah, that's wild.
Lifetime wanted to film that. That's sick. That's fucking disgusting. They're doing all of this for content, for their show.
And if that's true, it is. That is sick.
Now, when I showed up and my dad was telling me all of this, he was so upset. Had no idea this was going on. Didn't know. Just was like in complete shock. Instantly started having chest pains. Now, I was on the phone with another creator who heard this entire conversation, and everybody, me, my family, crying, upset about all of it. The lieutenant also tells my dad that I cannot post about GRB anymore. Why? Everybody else gets to post about her.
I don't feel like the lieutenant could tell her that. A lieutenant, I was about to ask you, a lieutenant cannot just come up, or a police officer or whatever cannot just come up and say, you can't film about this person anymore. They cannot do that. They absolutely cannot do. I know in our state they can't. Like, I wouldn't think in any state they can, because that's taking away your right of freedom to speech and all of that. So that would be violating so many rights. The only way they could do that is literally if they had a paper signed by a judge, that they're serving you with, saying that you can't speak about this person. Sorry, y'all, we had to pause. Hubby had to walk to the other room for a second. Anyway, what I was saying was, I don't think that could happen unless you had a court-ordered, like, restraining order stopping you from talking to someone, signed by a judge stopping you from talking about someone, or even getting served with a cease and desist from an attorney or something. They can't do that, right?
Right.
Some don't even put alleged. But I can't post about her and I put alleged? You telling me I can't, the lieutenant telling me I can't post about GRB. That makes no fucking sense, and that was crossing the line. He then tells my dad that I went down their street, and tells him that I'm not allowed to go back down there. Now, yo, this is a fucking public street.
Again, she would still be allowed to go down that street. Down their street. Oh, okay. I was about to ask. Thank you, Bobby. Because I was about to ask, because she can go down that street all she wants to, unless she got like a restraining order or something telling her, that she has to stay 100 feet away, 500 feet away, whatever, Until she gets served with any type of paperwork like that, they can't do anything. They can't just walk up to you and say, hey, you can't talk about this person. I mean, if that was so, we could be standing in Dad Blame, I don't know, Walmart or something, talking about or gossiping about, I don't know, Joe Blow or something, and, or Jim Bob off the street, and a cop could walk up and tell us, hey, you can't talk about Jim Bob anymore. Yeah. What? No, they can't do that.
No.
And obviously, she apparently knows this. I would hope. She seems to know that.
This is a public street. I didn't break any laws. They've told me that. Okay? So why am I not allowed to go down a public street when I didn't even break the law for
And for those of you who don't know, this goes back to her driving down Gypsy's street, or, well, really it's Daddy Rod and Krusty Christie street because they're the ones that own the house, but driving down that street because Christy messaged her and said, you don't live near us, you don't live in the bayou, and told her apparently to drive down the street and prove it. So, and we went back and watched that video, and matter of fact, I'll show it on here if I can find it. If I can't, I'm sorry, but she literally just drove past their house.
GRB? Please make that make sense. Now, I am grateful that the lieutenant said no to Lifetime Production, that they wasn't going to film, because if they would have done that, I probably would have lost my dad that day. My dad, his heart is 70% blocked. If you know anything about it, you know that it's not good. And stress and getting upset can end you. And I probably would have lost my dad that day if they would have said yeah to filming.
Now, I wouldn't have took it that far. Personally, I wouldn't have took it that far to say something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not saying that something wouldn't have happened to her dad or something like that. But I just personally wouldn't have said that or took it that far. But that's just me.
Oh, I am grateful that he said no. But at the same time, I feel like things were crossed that should not have, and it was done on behalf of GRB. I was going to let the GRB content go because my dad asked. But then after I left, an hour later, after that conversation with my dad, all my information got put out. All my private information, my Facebook was deactivated. So you had to do your digging to find this information out on my old job, which was put out with malicious intent, because otherwise, why would you do that? After my information got put out, my dad went into he had to go to the hospital. It was too much. The families are just, it's bad. It's really fucking bad. And we're going to get in, my video's almost over. We're going to get into about the live and why, in part 6. But I was asked by my father to make it right because of what was happening and how bad it is. So I did that live for my dad, not that I was gaslit. Follow me in part 6.
So that's wild, y'all. We have one other clip to show you. Okay, so here's the last clip that we wanted y'all to hear. But again, like we said, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that are on her side. There's a lot of people that are not on her side, that agree, that disagree, all that. But just take into account what she was saying, which is wild. There's a lot of wild mess. And there's people that agree and disagree with a lot of certain things that she does say. Like, she's been adamant that Ken and Dip Jip are still together and that they have not broke up. But, you know, I don't know. But what she just said in that last clip, that's what we're wanting to focus on, like in this video right now. But now look at this clip after seeing that.
It's absolutely infuriating, and I can explain how this time would have to be different. Simone writes, "No, seriously, this is reaching a whole new level even for GRB, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. This shows how much she simply does what she wants to, and there's no consequences for her actions. It's a rub in your face to everyone." Simone, that's certainly what it feels like. And a lot of people would absolutely agree with you, including myself. They talk to her and talk to her and talk to her, but she still does what she wants, including veiled threats to people online. Check this out. Okay, so Gypsy Rose has 2 parole officers. She has her main PO in Missouri and her interstate compact PO in Louisiana.
Okay, y'all will remember that from our last PO video that we done. We done one a few months ago, and then we done one again, just last week, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the very last PO video that we done on her, which we're gonna do another update, like we said, from hearing from the state, side of people, the people that are above her PO and his director and everything, hearing from them and what they have to say, because this isn't right. This isn't right at all what's going on, because they do keep talking to her and giving her warnings and then letting her go and all. What is it? Is it like what Ivory Rose Grows Wild was just saying, that they're just needing lifetime content? Or is it that they're just feeling sorry for her? What the flip is going on? But that's okay, because we're talking to state level people now, and we hope to get some dad blame answers, because this is not right what's going on. It's not at all, by no means.
I feel like because this is such a high profile case, like they're almost afraid to touch it, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think they're afraid of backlash from the public, because she still does have some supporters, albeit people are starting to see and look at the evidence and realize, like Sheriff Arnott said, things aren't always what they appear or seem or something. Y'all get the point. I feel like they're tossing the ball back to each other, back and forth, but nobody wants to catch it.
Exactly, yes. Missouri's not wanting to catch it. Louisiana's not wanting to catch it. They're just hoping that the ball will keep getting tossed back and forth, whatever, and neither one of them will have to take responsibility or actually do their dang jobs. But that's why people go to state level and then go above that if needed. Remember, y'all, she's still on parole until June of next year. So she's still got a ways to go. And Dip Jip thinks that, all's going to be good when she's off parole, and she'll be able to do whatever she wants to these people she don't like creators, like us and other people that discuss her and talk about her and out her for the things she's doing. And I really almost think that it may come down to something like that, where she's off parole and then she's going to end up
Get charged for something then.
Yeah, she's going to for real end up with click clank back behind bars, catching some real dang charges. Because then it won't have to go through her PO or nothing like that. Her PO, nobody will be there to save her. It'll be straight up just getting arrested. And then they'll look at her background, being a felon, being a second-degree murderer.
Clearly, she is not being held accountable for some things. And I've had a lot of parolees, people who have completed their parole successfully, comment on my videos saying, if this were me, if this were anybody else, we would be gone.
Yeah.
Which is extremely frustrating for the public, because Gypsy Rose is still serving her sentence. She's just serving it in the free world. And the parole officer's job, their due diligence, is to ensure public safety.
Y'all heard that, right? She's still, her being on parole is still like, it's supposed to still be like she is behind bars. She's just serving the rest of her time out here in the free world. And heck, don't put quotes on that, because it really is a free world to her right now, because her PO lets her do anything she wants, in my opinion. But, I mean, heck, it's really out there. I mean, the truth is out there to be seen. It really is.
And when you have a convicted murder, a lot of people can consider threats to people online. That doesn't make you feel very, very safe. In regards to Disney World, where
she has down here, allegedly, in addition to Make-A-Wish, charities and donors were used.
Gypsy Rose is allegedly not allowed to go ever. And people who work for Disney have commented below, several, and said that if she does go, she could be trespassed. Parole officers do have carte blanche on some things, like a dirty UA or a home plan or gainful employment. However, on a new charge, that goes straight to a parole hearing. And depending on the outcome, could lead to a revocation, where she would serve the remainder of her parole back in prison and possibly more time, depending on the charge.
So, see, she could get a revocation for what she's been doing. Or if she goes to Disney World and gets a no trespassing.
So should she pick up another CHARGE, then in addition to court, she has to go to her parole hearing. So
she's got at the bottom, and parole cannot turn their back on that. If she picks up a new charge and she has to go to court for a hearing, parole can't turn their back on that. They would have to violate her.
It's a whole thing. The public is frustrated. They are seeing these things. They are seeing parole not doing their job, holding her accountable. Because right now the message they're sending is you can get away with murder. It's absolutely.
No, that's true.
Very.
The message they're sending is you can get away with anything, with schmurder or anything. So keep in mind, this is a 23-year-old woman right here in this picture. Well, woman used very lightly because we are talking about Dip Jip. Regardless, anyway, we hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all let us know y'all's thoughts and comments and opinions and everything down below in the comment section. We would love to hear what y'all think about this. And if she's at Disney World, what's gonna happen, and all of that. Just give us all of your opinions and thoughts and stuff on the video. Let us know, because we'll be down there conversating with y'all as well, like we always do. We try to conversate with everyone, but even if we don't get to write back to everyone, we do still read your comment, and we appreciate it very much, and we appreciate all of our subscribers so very much. We hope that we get to reach 2,400 by the end of the month.
Right.
Hopefully we will. But we greatly appreciate all of you. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. All of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so very much. We hope you all have a good night, and God bless.
Have a good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.